SCOTUS has just ruled the First Amendment protects the Westboro Baptist protesters. I'm in agreement with the ruling. Are you, Pat?
No.
You don't think that they have... That's not...
It's not their right to go to a funeral and protest to the funerals of dead soldiers. Nope.
Yes, it is.
I mean, if you want to go protest 500 feet away or
you have a right as long as you're not in the church and as long as you're not
town.
You know, if you are on public property and you are not in the funeral, you're not harassing, in the funeral, that you have that right. Well, you are a despicable. This is where George Washington comes into play. Without a virtuous and moral people, this system is not set up for you. Well, I'm not willing to take more rights away. I'm not willing to say that speech is not okay. No. Let's try to change people.
No, they can say it. Yeah. Just not at the funeral.
Well, they did. Now, remember, this specific case, I believe that the distance was 300 yards. They're protected. That does not mean you cannot have a local.
That's pretty good.
It does not mean you cannot have.
Not bad.
No, that's all they're talking about here.
I like
They're
that.
not talking about you're inside the church. You're right across the street from the church. You can have local ordinances that move people away from grieving people,
and we do.
But 300 yards. The guy was trying to say, the guy who was the father of the soldier wound up finding out about these signs, I believe, on the news. And was very upset about it, and this is why this case went on.
So was the deal that he was trying to take away the right to protest anywhere under any circumstances, or what was the issue there?
It's been a while since I've read it.
Me
too. I don't know that he was saying they couldn't protest anywhere, but I think he wanted them even further away. And they said, but
5-6 miles. 7, something like that. That'd be nice.
I don't know.
I'm okay with that.
I'm going to remember
distance between them and
I am
the
going to
family.
play this. I'm going to play this for you the next time you say, let's go to Washington, D.C. and go to the Capitol building. I'm going to play this for you.
Huge difference.
Honestly, I'm going to play this when you and I have been banned from radio.
That's political speech.
Play it.
That's protected political speech.
This is political speech.
This is not political speech. This is supposedly this is protesting the family of a dead soldier? No, that's not political speech.
Soldier? That's not
insanity.
political. That's not political.
Insanity.
This is political and religious. Those are your two cornerstones of free speech.
This is freedom. This is no religion. What religion is this?
Excuse me?
What religion are they?
Excuse me? Hold on. You're now going to take on freakdom religion? Excuse me, Mr. Mormon, and I'm Mr. Mormon. You're going to say
we don't take on freakdom religion? Are you kidding me?
Excuse me. In freedom of speech, we do.
They've ruled on all kinds of things that involve any sort of weirdness in religion. Whether that's peyote for your religion, or whether you smoke marijuana for your religion, they rule on all of those things.
Hang on just a second. Do you think that we should just go to Texas and round those who I believe are freak religion people that were dressed up in the 1800 clothes and just go round them up?
Well, if they're breaking the law, then you round them up.
Right. Are these guys breaking the law? I'm sorry, they're not breaking the law, are they?
Well, they were.
They were 300 yards away, just like they were, just like they were supposed to.
I just said 300 yards is fine.
That's what this case, according to Stu, that's what this case was about.
It was 1,000
Well, that's what I was trying to clarify with him.
I believe
he didn't know.
I believe it is true. That's what the case was.
Mr. Hothead.
Boom. Winning.
It really does end it, doesn't it? That works.
That's all you need to say.
Right, and I think that's the difference here. I think that, if you're talking about, them protesting across the street and harassing people. I mean, when you're protesting a fallen soldier's funeral, you are harassing them right across the street.
Well,
if you're
hang
3
on just a second.
football fields away, that's different.
Hold on just a second. Then why can we have protesters right in the state capitol?
Oh, I don't.
We have no idea. That shouldn't be allowed either.
Great. Then let's do that.
Should not be allowed.
But let's make sure that you're not removed so far that you can't affect. I mean, look, I don't agree when you have protesters that the president comes and the protesters are a mile down the street. Well, what is that?
That's safety.
No, I don't care about that. That does not bother me.
It doesn't bother me.
The president's safety, I don't care what they can keep you 10 miles away. I don't care.
You're willing to, I'm sorry, for security, you are willing to exchange some freedom. I'm fine with security.
Definitely. That's true. That's the police.
No. Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? It is not. I will bet you that you could make an area secure that is 300 yards away. You can make it secure, and it'll be fine. I have no problem. As a guy who walked through to the GOP convention at Madison Square Garden, and you had to go through like a tunnel, and it was awful. They were across the street. There's no problem. They were calling awful, awful names. This is before I was famous. They didn't even know who I was. I think I might have even been working at CNN at the time, and they were still saying awful, awful things. They have every right to do that. And now, if it is indeed security, but I don't believe it is.
Well, I mean, you can certainly make that argument. I think 300 yards is legitimate, though.
I do too.
I think 300 yards is
what
probably
are we arguing
legitimate.
about? We're all in agreement.
I think we actually all
Supreme
agree
Court
with
was
this.
right.
I'm sorry, 6 miles, 7 miles,
Well, I'd be
10
okay
miles.
if it was 6 miles, 7 miles, 10 miles. That was somewhat tongue-in-cheek. But 300 yards, I think, is good. 300 yards is good. But would I have a problem with it if they made a 10-mile barrier around those freaks and the family of a...
I would.
No. I wouldn't.
I
wouldn't really,
I think you would be betraying what that soldier fought and died for, because it could be your opinion that is
the Supreme Court is right. So why are we arguing over it? Boom, winning.
Fist of fire, buddy.
I got tiger blood, my friend. Your fist of fire don't match my tiger blood.
Really? Your tiger blood? I've got 2 porn stars. Wait a minute. Did I say that out loud?